So I'm trying to film this for y'all so you can see where to do the cheek injections. So I've already marked myself up. I did that on TikTok, so you can go to my TikTok link and you can watch that if you want to. Now we're just gonna do the injections. And as you can see, I've marked my syringe. I don't know if y'all can see this. See the little purple marks? I want to make sure that I just put a tiny bit of filler in each little section, okay? Now, you wanna kind of make sure your face is clean. You don't wanna get an infection. I do a little dot at a time, wiping off, because I want to make sure that I remember where to go in, okay? You're literally going to just go in to the bone till you hit the bone, okay? You're going to retract, and we're going to make sure, without moving that needle too much in my face, I'm going to make sure there's no blood return. There's no blood return. So we're good. So we're going to push a little bit of filler in there. Okay. Sometimes if you're touching too much on the bone, it's hard to get the filler out, okay? Okay. And this is a very firm filler, you guys. It's very firm. It doesn't take much. And this one helps to stimulate collagen production. So literally just that little bit right there has already lifted my cheek. So now we're going to go into the other section, okay? And here, go in. We're going to touch the bone. Pull back, make sure there's no blood return. There's none of that. So then we're going to put a little more right there. You kind of just tap it like that. Okay? So this is how much we've used so far. So we're gonna go back, we're gonna do this other spot over here, because we don't want to do too much, right? I'm not trying to overdo it. I'm just trying to give myself a little lift. That's all I'm trying to do. So this one will be like right here. All the way to the bone. Okay, you're going to pull back on the plunger. No blood return, we're good. And then we're going to hold that needle straight. We're going to, if you're touching the bone, I mean, you want to go straight to the bone, but you guys, sometimes I'm gonna be honest with y'all, this is a thick filler. And sometimes it's a little hard to push that plunger. And just like that, one side is done. Okay, so then what I like to do from that point is just go back and clean it all off with alcohol. Clean everything off with alcohol. So I can take a look at it. I wanna see what I'm doing, right? I wanna see what I've done. I wanna see how it looks. Looks good. I wanna then what I'll do is I'll go back with my ice roller. The ice roller, for one, it kind of massages the filler in place, but it also freezes everything so you don't bruise. Okay, so literally, that's all we're doing right there. And that just pulled up my cheekbones a little bit. Didn't make them too big. We just want to massage that area. And this Revelax is a very thick filler because it's going to stimulate collagen production. So again, you want to massage it in once you have it in place. Once you first put it in your skin, you guys, it's very palpable and you can easily move it around. So you want to kind of manipulate that filler because it's free flowing under the skin. So you want to manipulate it literally like within the first 30 minutes of putting it in, because that's when it's the easiest to maneuver and spread out and do all of the things that you want to do with it. So, you know, I'm trying to spread up. I'm trying just to get a more defined area without my cheeks being too big, right? I'm just trying to like pick up and fill out this area because I've got some wrinkles down here that Botox is just not picking up anymore. But you see, it's just a really simple, very, very simple, natural look. It's not too much, it's not overdone, it's just enough to where, you know, you got a little filler there. So anyway, I just continue to numb it up. And as you can see, I have half a syringe left. So you definitely want to mark your spots. I don't like to put more than 0.2 in each injection site because any more than that, I mean, honestly, y'all, if you're not careful, you can get too full. And you want to keep it natural, especially if you're doing close to the bone and you're trying to just define your cheekbones and you're trying to just lift everything up to give yourself a lift. Because if you lift the cheekbones here, it lifts up the turkey neck here, because that is like an instant facelift, and a lot of people don't realize that. So if you've got a lot of jowling down here, sometimes by putting just a little cheek filler in, it'll pull all of this up. This will all just be lifted. So that's one side. So let me get to doing the other side, and then I'll show you the finished product. So, and as you can see, I'm not really even bruising, so that part's really good. So you want to start with the lowest point. I don't want to take all my dots off, right? Because I want to make sure I know where I'm marked, and I want to make sure I go in where I had marked my face. I think it was like right here. You go all the way in, pull out just a little bit, make sure there's no blood return. There's no blood return. So from there, we're just going to plunge in some filler. I'm gonna take it out, okay? And again, as soon as you take it out, start manipulating that filler, because if you don't, you'll have a hard knot there. Because you gotta realize when you're squeezing that filler in, you guys, it's like a lump of filler. So you have to kind of massage it how you want it to be. You don't want it to be like just a lump, or you're gonna have knots, okay? So make sure you're massaging it. That is part of the process. Okay, that's good. Let's go and do the next one. And each time I'm using alcohol to wipe off the area because I want to make sure I'm not pushing any bacteria into my skin. Okay, so here's the next one. Sometimes you know, you guys, you gotta poke a little hard and it kind of can get a little dull. Like this one here just feels. Okay, so I think my needle is getting dull, so I am actually going to change my needle. They give you 2 needles, so it's not a problem. You've got extras. I didn't think I'd need it, but that needle is feeling a little bit dull, and I'm not going to give myself a bruise. So we're gonna get a fresh needle, and we're gonna go back in there again, okay? So. Sometimes your skin is just a little thicker in some areas than others. And for me, this is the case. Is there any blood return? Let me look. No blood return, okay. Because that's the main thing. You don't want to have any blood return. Okay. Like I didn't get much there. We're gonna have to go back in. You guys, sometimes that happens. You might have to go back in an area more than once if it looks a little flat or you didn't get enough filler in that section. That happens. And you just gotta take it out and kind of manipulate again. You don't want that filler to go anywhere else. You don't want that filler to migrate